Summer camp, Paul Newman, NASCAR, and the Pettys, plus hundreds of volunteers, have changed the lives for thousands of kids and their family right here at Victory Junction. It's an extraordinary place where dreams come true for special kids. And today, For Your Home is going to do their part. Come along, because I guarantee you today's show will change your life.
For Your Home is made possible by
Anderson Hardwood, committed to producing distinctive, environmentally responsible hardwood flooring while helping to create a better planet for today and tomorrow. For more information, go to andersonfloors.com. Anderson, naturally.
and by Ames. Ames True Timber has offered innovative landscape products since 1774, providing non-powered lawn and garden tools, wheelbarrows and lawn carts, watering products and decorative accessories, including planters. And by
Custom Home Furnishings Academy, where the professionals learn to sew window treatments.
I'm Vicki Payne. Welcome to For Your Home. Take a look at this place. The minute you drive through the gates at Victory Junction, you know this is going to be a fun camp. But if you're one of the 10,000 kids and families whose lives have been enriched by attending this camp, you know it's much more. That's because Victory Junction caters to children with over 26 different chronic illnesses and medical conditions, like diabetes and cancer. They make sure that those kids have a great summer. Patti, tell me about your vision for this camp when you started planning it.
Basically, it was to give and honor my son Adam, who wanted to make a place for children less fortunate than him, that had not gotten to do everything they ever wanted to do or dreamed they could do or wished they could do in their lives. And he felt like he did. He felt like he got to live out his dreams and his wishes, and everything that he ever wanted to do was to drive a race car. So he wanted to build a place where chronically ill children could come and live out all their dreams and provide them with every opportunity to do all the things they'd been told they couldn't do. We empower them in every way to be able to realize that you can get past whatever your disease has put on you and empower you to do the things that you want to do, and we make it in a medically sound environment. So we have a full working hospital we call the Body Shop. We can do everything here from chemotherapy to kidney dialysis. We, of course, see children that have to be catheterized, decatheterized. They have to be in a sterile environment. And we keep a full medical staff here year-round.
And you have so many volunteers of doctors
Yes.
and nurses and professionals that come in here.
We have 22 partnering hospitals from all over the United States, not even counting our wonderful partners, which is Shriners. And they provide us with specialty doctors each week that are specialized in that specific disease.
Each week you focus on, like children, maybe everyone that's here is suffering perhaps from cancer.
Okay, you have a cancer week, and then you'll have heart, lung, and kidney disease, and then one week is spina bifida, one week is severe neurological disorder, one week is ventilator assisted, one week is it's what we call bloodborne diseases, but usually it's full-blown AIDS. These are children that are turned down. These aren't HIV tested.
Yep.
These are full-blown AIDS children. We know everything about that child and that family before they arrive here, whether it's a children's week or a family weekend, so that we can provide the ultimate care for that child, from what they need to eat to if they have clothes
And
to
they
bring
all
to
come
wear.
free.
And they come free of charge. There's no charge for them from the time they leave home till the time they go back.
You know, Stephen, one of the first things that happens when you drive in is the visual impact that hits you with all of these great buildings. And you know, you and your firm were responsible for designing a tremendous amount of the property that's around here. Must have been a real fun project.
It was, Vicki. It was probably the most fun project that we've ever been involved with. One thing that was unique about the camp is we wanted it to be for the kids. It's not tasteful, it's loud, some of it's tacky. We wanted the buildings to be sort of a backdrop for the kids. The kids are the real actors. They're the performers in the camp.
Yeah, and you had to try to make it, you know, like, okay, here's this great form I have, but then it's got to function.
So what we tried to do is just like NASCAR races. We wanted to use movement, color, excitement, everything we could to create that same environment for the kids.
Of course, the camp was founded in memory, you know, of Adam Petty. And I think one of the most unique buildings we have here, of course, is Adam's.
Absolutely. That's the whole focal point of the camp. We first started talking about it. Can you make a building look kind of like a car? And we were thinking it could be something stylized. I talked to Patti Petty, showed her a sketch. It was an exact 4x replica. We figured out if we could do it, and I'm not the practical one in the firm. That's my partner, Tim Demmitt.
You're like me. We're the idea people.
I am. And so I came back from a meeting. I showed him this. We actually wanted it banked at 15 degrees, like you're going into a turn of a racetrack. I went back and showed it to him, and he was just freaking out because how do you build a car on an angle? The more we talked about it, we figured out a way. I let all the smart people in the firm figure it out, and as you can see, it's a great opportunity. It's just the focal point of the camp. As far as I know, there's not one like it.
As you can imagine, it takes a lot of hands to keep this camp running on a daily basis. In fact, last year, volunteers logged over 75,000 hours. Now, where do all these volunteers come from? Well, just like the campers, they come from all across America. Okay, now how long have you been working here at camp in the summer?
This is my third summer. So.
Third summer, you keep coming back, huh?
I love it here. It's like home.
Okay, what is it that brings you back here year after year?
In short, the kids. The kids are what drive this place, and it's my passion. It's very hard to describe what this place is. To the kids, this place is like Disney World. It lets the kids be normal, and that's what I love about it. Going outside of here, it's a completely different experience.
Seems like other things out there are a little more trivial than it is in here.
Exactly.
Well, it just offers so much to anyone that works here, really, because you learn how to care and just love unconditionally to these campers that are selfless, and just really gives you all the skills you need as a parent and as a person.
And you know what? You don't even think about the long hours. The long hours go by so quickly, especially because you're so engaged with these kids, whether they're from, no matter the background, you're completely engaged to the point that you don't even realize where time is going.
Now, where do all of these young volunteers go just to chill out, kick back in the little amount of time they have? Well, as we toured the camp, we found out there really wasn't a space for them. On our tour was the new Superdome. I saw a space that wasn't being utilized in the upper deck, and I said to my team, this is where For Your Home is going to do its next makeover. At first glance, the Kurt Busch Superdome looks like a giant indoor baseball field, but it's much more than that. It's a space that allows kids, regardless of their physical disabilities, to play ball. Touring the space, I noticed an upper deck that wasn't being utilized. Could this be our new lounge for the counselors? Entertaining and caring for the campers all day is a tough job. But this space has no couches, no refreshment center, no refrigerator or a microwave, not even a TV. So with the help of Stephen Overcash and his designers, we set out to transform the upper deck of the Superdome into a place that the counselors could call their own. The first project was to install a wall over the refreshment center. I wanted to fashion the wall out of corrugated tin so it looked like something you might find in a garage. Sounded simple, but putting it together became our toughest challenge of the day. Okay, guys, I'd offer to give you a hand, but darn, I don't have my work gloves with me. Hey, Tim, how's it going?
Well, it's going good. Finally, we're making some progress. Had a little bit of a tough start trying to figure out exactly what we were doing, but we got it figured out now, and I think soon we'll have all this put in.
Let's see, 5 architects on this job.
That's never good. Yeah, that's never good.
Okay, first of all, you know, we had some issues here because this is insulation.
That's right.
And it's not strong, so what was our solution?
Well, a couple things. We wanted to make sure this looked a little bit more presentable, so we wanted to cover this insulation up. So we're building this false wall in front of that insulation, and we're using these metal studs spanning between these structural members. And that's been our challenge this morning, is to get those fastened. Obviously, we can't use wood for code reasons.
Yeah, because it's got to be fireproof.
That's right. So we're using the metal studs, and we're having to fasten those. That's a little out of our norm. So we figured out how to do that now, and we're off and rolling. And we're covering that with this corrugated metal siding, which will be real durable. Should last a long, long time. And
yeah, and I love the look of this. When we talked about what we're doing, it really has that industrial look, but at the same time, it's kind of hip too, because these kids are young, and we want it to look really great. So you're going to be putting this all the way across because we've got millwork. I just looked at our cabinets; they're awesome.
Beautiful, yeah.
With the stainless steel brushed handles, they're going to tie in beautiful to this. You can tell I'm the decorator, right? But it's going to run right along here.
And it's going to give a good backdrop if you want to hang anything on the wall, bulletin boards or whatever. It'll make a great backdrop for that. So we got this little section to go yet, and then I think we have 2 sections on the ends, and I think we're making good progress.
Yeah, because I know we're going to put one behind the TV. Well, I'm going to let you guys get back to work and check on the rest of the folks.
Great, thanks.
Thanks, Tim. My friend Brandon from Walker Woodworking to give us a hand creating a refreshment center up here. Hey Brandon, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
These just look beautiful. I'm so happy with the way they turned out.
Yeah, we went with a more simpler design. It's a shaker style door. It's black, real sleek, and a real simple hardware.
Well, you know, that's just perfect to fit in with our theme here, all of these nice kind of industrial look to it. And I know it was really hard for you guys because you usually do your cabinets with all this great detail and layers of molding. But look, now a whole new look for you.
It's sleek, it's simple, and we still did all our normal things, dovetailed the drawers, soft closed the hinges on the doors. So we still went with the quality construction plywood cabinet. We just made it real simple.
But it's just absolutely beautiful. And you know, they're going to get a lot of wear and tear up here with hundreds of people using them every summer, so I'm glad that you've created a real quality piece for us. Now, I was looking over here and I saw where the microwave's going to go, but I'm kind of worried, where's the beverage center going to go?
Well, it's 2 separate cabinets, and then we space them with these boards here and put a trim piece across the top so that the refrigerator can slide right in.
Okay, so when the whole big countertop goes all the way across.
One smooth countertop.
Okay, great. Abby, I could not be happier with the way this turned out.
I agree, Vicki. It turned out very nicely, and it's hard coordinating a job from so far away, but
it is.
I think we really did a good job with the colors. The black from the cabinet, the stainless from the pulls, as well as the aluminum got all pulled together.
Well, this has kind of a pebbly look to the granite, and we have the same thing going on in our aluminum panel, and it just flows. You guys did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
Now, what do you still have to do to finish this up?
Well, we've set the tops. Now we'll have to set the seam, put that together, and they'll also work on the backsplash. After that's done, they'll put the appliances in, and we will be done.
You know, and I can tell you right now, our counselors are going to stock this with great soft drinks and water, and they're going to love the space. Thank you so much for you and your team helping us with it.
Thank you.
This wouldn't be an FYH show if we didn't have some do-it-yourself projects included, of course. We want to leave our own little personal touch on this space. So I came up with 2 project ideas, a coffee table and a bulletin board. For the coffee table, I asked my friend Tim to give me a hand. Hey Tim, how's it going?
Fine, great. How are you?
Good, you know, holding up out here, you know. It's a lot of work to be done. What you got here?
Well, we got a table layout we derived from an initial sketch and put on a CAD format so we could get the scale of it right and get the right amount of materials and as not the waste materials that we bought at a local supply store. We wanted to try to incorporate the flip top, like you suggested, with a piano hinge so that we could use it as a storage chest. And then we also put some casters on the bottom, or we'll be putting some casters on the bottom, so we can move the table around for different needs or lock it down if someone wants to kick their feet up on the table.
Yeah, I love these. They're so industrial looking.
Yeah,
it's really going to be perfect what we wanted. But I have to laugh, Tim. You know, I sketched out my idea on a cocktail napkin, and you go full blown to a CAD drawing. I love it. That's because you're an architect, right?
Yeah, it's just what we do. It's second nature, so...
well, I'll have to put these on my website so the folks at home can make this coffee table as well. Well, do you have enough workers to get you started on this project?
We do have some people offer to help paint it and put things together and get it ready to be functional.
Okay, so I'm going to let you do that project and get on with some more of them. Thanks a lot, Tim. I appreciate it. Now, we've got, like I said, a lot of projects. My other project I want to do is a bulletin board, and I see two young ladies over there kind of kicking back, relaxing. I'm going to surprise them with a project. Hey, Christy, Laramie, breaks over. Got a new project for you guys. You ready?
Great. Ready.
Okay. I thought it would be great if we had a bulletin board up in the lounge area. That way, you know, we post notes to each other, maybe post a schedule or something. Sure. And I found this great fabric. It's just kind of nondescript. It's got the little squiggles on it, so it kind of says something without saying something, you know? So I thought that maybe we could cover a couple of pieces of homosewed or plywood with this, right? Yeah. I've got some construction adhesive that you can use. This is some spray mount to put the fabric down with. And then you can use a staple gun just to secure it in place for it.
Great.
Okay? We had the refreshment center looking pretty good. The bulletin board and the coffee table were finished, and everything was coming together. This project was definitely going to be a home run. With the help of the volunteers, we brought in the rest of the furniture and the finishing touches. The counselors were going to love this space. But there's one thing missing. Now, where is that television? It's about time you guys get that TV installed. We've been waiting like all afternoon.
Well, I knew speed counted in racing, but I didn't know it counted in decorating.
Kurt Busch, how are you doing?
Good to see you, Vicki.
Yeah, it's great to see you. I didn't know you were going to come out and help us today.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Of course. We have to come here camp and get things going.
Absolutely. Well, come on, let me show you what we've been working on all afternoon.
Absolutely.
After giving Kurt a tour of what we'd accomplished so far, he told me a little bit about why he chose to participate in Victory Junction. So how long have you been involved with Victory Junction?
About 3 years.
3 years?
3 years, and whether it was just coming out, volunteering my time, and bringing my wife and my race team out. They did some of the pit stops for the kids to watch, and just being involved as just a time and a member, a volunteer, and then had the opportunity to really jump in and donate the money for the foundation, or for the building here with our foundation, and it just started grabbing wheels and started rolling and snowballing into all this.
Now tell me about some of the ways that you raise money with your foundation for a project like this.
Well, we had done some charity rides where we give people rides in a race car, and we had done some raffles in the past. This year we have a big raffle with a we have a 2009 Dodge Challenger. And so we're raffling that away. It's got a special paint scheme from one of our sponsors at Penske. And so you can buy a $100 ticket for a $50,000 car.
Wow, that's a deal.
And so, yeah, I think that works out good. And we're trying to gain all those proceeds together by the end of the year and raffle the car away.
When we started talking about this project, one of the things that I loved about it was all of the buildings. I love the uniqueness of them, and you know, being a decorator and all the little tiny details that were so impressive. And so I asked them, I said, okay, I need to know who's the architect, who designed this, and they introduced us to Stephen Overcash. And so he and his partner Tim you know, we met with Stephen just to talk about interviewing him on the show, and then he went back to his office and he called me and he said, we'd like to make this one of our charity projects this year. Can we all volunteer to come help?
Oh, wow.
And we said, yeah, you can come help, you know. So they just jumped right in. They brought up, you know, 15 or so people to help us today. And, you know, through that you meet all kinds of new people and get to do new things and branch out your friendship base and your professional base as well. So, you know, we really couldn't have done it without their help.
Yeah, that's been the most pleasing part with our foundation, is meeting new people in different areas, and that stems into meeting somebody else and creates another event or another idea, and it just keeps the wheels turning.
Going to camp can be one of the most fabulous experiences your kids can ever have, and you can have a lot of fun too while they're gone. Now, the way to make sure that they have a good time at camp is to pack properly. Most camps will send you a list of things to take, but here's some tips from us. First of all, clothing is essential, of course, but pack in layers, regardless of where you're going. Now, a long sleeve t-shirt is perfect for cooler evenings, a short sleeve t-shirt, and then think about putting in a sun top. That way they can layer dress and as it gets hotter through the days, they can start peeling things off. Socks. Always put in a couple of extra pair of socks for your kids because you never know what they're going to be doing. Their feet could get wet, and nothing's worse than putting on wet socks. Hats. Very important to protect your children's heads from the sun, so stick in a baseball hat for them. Also be sure you put your name on it or some way they can easily identify it. Shoes. Depending on where you're going camping, that's going to determine what kind of shoes you take, but you always want to have more than one pair. Tennis shoes, of course, are great. If you're hiking and they're taking a good pair of hiking boots, make sure they're waterproofed first. And don't forget to put in a pair of inexpensive flip-flops so they can wear these to the shower and back, because coming home with athlete's foot, well, that's not a good souvenir. Keep those kids hydrated. Be sure you send them off to camp with a water bottle that they can refill. That way there'll be no excuse to be without water. Now, one of the best things you can pack for your kids are plastic bags. I know that sounds kind of funny, but plastic garbage bags are perfect because they can use them as ground cover if it's wet. They can also store things in them, and they can put their dirty laundry in to bring back home to you. But don't forget to take some of those small little Ziploc bags in their bag as well. These are perfect to put a bar of soap in to carry back and forth from the shower. And speaking of the shower, they're going to need toiletry items. So this is a great time to use all of those little souvenirs you have saved from hotel trips. Just make sure they're not scented because bugs are really attracted to scented items. Put certain things into easy to carry plastic containers. Get them a bag to carry it back and forth with. Be sure they have their name on it. And sunblock and insect spray, probably two of the most important things you're going to put in your bag. Now, you don't want them to forget you entirely, so stick in some stamps and some great little cards so they can keep you apprised of their trip at camp. And this should be a great memory maker for them. So include a journal and a camera, and everybody will have a great time at camp. Now, this is what I had in mind when we signed up for this project. Young groups of people just having a great time and relaxing. We couldn't have done this project without Stephen and Tim and their great crew of volunteers. But you know, the real heroes of Victory Junction are the campers. They face challenges that no one should have to deal with, and they do it with a smile. And thanks to Victory Junction, they do it in a great summer camp.
If you would like additional information about today's guests or project ideas, please visit us on the web at foryourhome.com. We will do our best to help you out. For Your Home is made possible by
Shaw Floors offers distinctive flooring options to fit a variety of decors. Shaw strives to have a positive impact on the environment by producing recyclable products like Anso nylon carpets and Epic hardwoods. Shaw, where great floors begin.
And by Ames. Ames True Timber has offered innovative landscape products since 1774, providing non-powered lawn and garden tools, wheelbarrows and lawn carts, watering products and decorative accessories, including planters. And by
Custom Home Furnishings Academy, where the professionals learn to sew window treatments.